Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Life-changing truth they never taught you in school. What if I told you that your thoughts could literally turn into money? Not in a mystical fairy tale kind of way, but through proven mental and behavioral strategies that have shaped the lives of history's greatest achievers. You're not just about to watch another book summary. You're stepping into a system that has created millionaires, visionaries, and legends for nearly a century. In 1937, a man named Napoleon Hill published one of the most powerful books ever written on personal success. But what most people don't realize is that Think and Grow Rich wasn't born from theory. It was born from 25 years of intense research. Hill was personally commissioned by Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men in history, to uncover the hidden formula behind success. Carnegie believed that success wasn't luck or privilege. It was a science, a mindset, a formula. And Hill made it his life's mission to find that formula and share it with the world. What followed was nothing short of extraordinary. Napoleon Hill interviewed over 500 of the most successful people of his time, people like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Alexander Graham Bell, Theodore Roosevelt, John D. Rockefeller, and many others. He didn't just ask them what they did, he studied how they thought, how they acted, how they made decisions, overcame failure, and built empires. Hill sought to answer one question: what separates the successful from the unsuccessful? And the answer is not just about having money. Think and Grow Rich goes deeper. It's about growing rich in every area of your life: your finances, your mindset, your relationships, your personal freedom. Because wealth isn't just about your bank account, it's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts abundance. The truth Hill uncovered is as shocking as it is liberating. Success begins in the mind. Thoughts are more powerful than we think. Repeated thoughts become beliefs. Beliefs become actions. Actions become habits. And habits create destiny. So, let me ask you, what kind of thoughts are you thinking every day? Are they building your future or quietly destroying it? Think and Grow Rich is not just a motivational book filled with feel-good quotes. It's a blueprint for achievement. A roadmap built on 13 core principles that, when applied, have changed the lives of millions of people across the globe. These principles are not bound by time. They worked for millionaires during the Great Depression. They work today in the age of AI, startups, and digital empires. And they will continue to work as long as human beings pursue success. This book has helped people escape poverty, conquer self-doubt, and turn bold dreams into unstoppable movements. Hill's message is simple but revolutionary. You become what you think about. And now, it's your turn. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover the same 13 life-altering principles that Napoleon Hill revealed to the world. You'll learn how to build unshakable belief, transform desire into reality, reprogram your mind for greatness, surround yourself with powerful alliances, and overcome the fears that silently sabotage your potential. But here's the deal. This only works if you decide to act. You must be more than just a viewer. You must be a doer, a thinker, a builder, a believer. If you stay with me through this video, you'll walk away with more than just knowledge. You'll walk away with power. The power to reshape your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your life. Because Think and Grow Rich isn't just a book. It's a decision, a commitment, a way of life. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Power of a Burning Desire. Napoleon Hill begins Think and Grow Rich with a powerful truth. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Not luck, not talent, not intelligence, desire. But not just any kind of desire. Hill is talking about a burning, obsessive, all-consuming desire that takes root in your mind and refuses to leave. It's not a casual wish. It's not a vague hope. It's the kind of deep craving that says, I will have this, no matter what it takes. Without this kind of desire, no goal, no dream, no fortune can ever be achieved. To show the power of such desire, Hill tells the unforgettable story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man with no money, no reputation, and no formal education, just a single blazing desire to work with the legendary inventor Thomas Edison. Barnes didn't want to work for Edison. He wanted to be his partner. That desire burned so strongly within him that he took a freight train with no money in his pocket and arrived at Edison's office, dirty and tired, but with eyes full of purpose. When he finally stood before the great man, he didn't beg for a job. He simply declared, "Mr. Edison, I've come to go into business with you." Edison didn't laugh. He admired the man's determination. Although Barnes didn't become a partner overnight, Edison gave him a small job. For months, Barnes worked in obscurity, doing ordinary tasks, but never for a moment did he forget his true goal. He held on to it, fed it, and visualized it. His burning desire kept him going, even when it seemed nothing was happening. And then, one day, opportunity came. Edison had invented a new machine, what would later become the Ediphone, and none of his salesmen believed in it. But Barnes did. He saw his chance. He sold the machine like wildfire and proved his value. Edison later said he had made himself ready for the opportunity, and it came. Barnes eventually achieved exactly what he had set out to do. He became Edison's business associate. And it wasn't by chance. It was by design. The design of burning desire, held persistently and acted upon without doubt. Hill uses this story to make a critical point. Success begins when your desire becomes so intense that it defines you. A person who truly desires something doesn't just wish for it. They plan for it, sacrifice for it, and persist for it. They see the outcome before it exists and move toward it with absolute conviction. Many people say they want success, but most only wish for it. A wish has no power. A desire, backed by belief and action, is a force of nature. So what does this mean for you? It means you must start with a clear, definite goal. Don't just say, "I want to be rich." Say exactly how much money you want to earn. By when, and why. Vague desires produce vague results. But when you define your dream with precision, your mind begins working toward it like a compass fixed on true north. Hill gives us a practical method to ignite and direct this desire. Write down your goal. Write the exact amount of money you intend to earn, the date by which you plan to earn it, and what you intend to give in return, because success is never free. You must exchange effort, value, service. Then, this is key, read your statement aloud every morning and every night. This practice rewires your mind. It programs your subconscious with the vision you've chosen. Over time, your beliefs begin to align with your goal, and your behavior begins to shift. Most people skip this part. They think it's silly, or they do it once and forget. But this is not a motivational trick. This is a form of mental training. By repeating your goal daily, you condition your mind to focus, to believe, and to act. And that focus becomes power. Ask yourself now, what is my burning desire? If you can't answer, you've got work to do. Because without a clear desire, you're drifting. You're at the mercy of circumstances. But once you decide what you truly want, and you commit to it with all your heart, you'll be amazed how life starts to organize itself in your favor. Desire is the seed of greatness. It's the fire that lights the journey. Every fortune ever built, every breakthrough ever made, every life-changing invention began with someone who wanted it badly enough to never give up. So the question is not, can you succeed? The real question is, do you want it badly enough? Chapter 2. Faith. Believing is seeing. Napoleon Hill reveals one of the most vital forces behind every success story ever told: faith. He defines it as a state of mind that you must develop, nurture, and strengthen if you want your desire to turn into reality. Faith is not just a religious concept. It's a psychological force that transforms your thoughts into powerful, creative energy. Without faith, desire is weak. With faith, desire becomes unstoppable. Hill states, faith is the head chemist of the mind. That means faith is the emotional force that blends with your thoughts and turns them into reality. When you mix belief with desire, that fusion becomes a dominant thought. And dominant thoughts, when repeated over time, shape your subconscious. They drive your decisions, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. But here's the key. Faith is not something you either have or don't have. Faith can be built. It can be grown. It can be deliberately planted and strengthened. And the method to do that is through something Hill calls autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is the process of feeding your mind repeated ideas, especially those tied to your goals and dreams. When you combine those repeated ideas with emotion, over time, they sink deep into your subconscious. Your mind begins to accept those thoughts as truth, even if, at first, they felt like a lie. This is where faith begins to grow, through the repetition of positive, purposeful, emotionally charged thoughts. Let's break this down in practical terms. Think about someone who constantly tells themselves, "I'm not smart enough," "I'll never succeed," or "People like me don't get rich." What happens? They begin to live out those beliefs. They sabotage opportunities. They lack the confidence to take bold steps. Their own thoughts become chains. But now imagine someone who tells themselves every day, "I'm capable. I will succeed. My success is inevitable." Even if they don't believe it at first, repetition slowly reshapes their internal world. Their posture changes. Their decisions change. They begin to act in alignment with the belief that success is possible. And eventually, success becomes real. Hill links this kind of mental conditioning to self-confidence and even the law of attraction. When you believe in your success, you carry yourself differently. You take bigger risks. You speak with conviction. You keep moving forward when others give up. People are drawn to you because you radiate certainty. Opportunities begin to find you because your thoughts have created a new magnetic field around your life. Think about it. How many opportunities have you missed simply because you didn't believe in yourself? How many times did doubt, not lack of ability, stop you from taking action? Faith removes that inner resistance. It removes hesitation. When you believe in yourself and your vision, your energy becomes contagious, and you become a magnet for success. One powerful real-life example of the power of belief is Jim Carrey, the world-famous actor and comedian. Long before he was rich or famous, Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered. He dated it for a few years in the future and kept it in his wallet. Every day, he visualized himself receiving it. He believed in his success with unwavering faith. Years later, he actually received a movie contract that paid him exactly $10 million. Coincidence? Maybe. But ask yourself, would that have happened if he had doubted himself? or quit early in his journey. Faith is the foundation of all miracles, not the supernatural kind, but the miracles of growth, change, transformation, and breakthroughs that happen when you refuse to give up on yourself. Hill teaches that to build unshakable faith, you must repeat affirmations that reflect the person you want to become and the success you intend to create. These are not magic words. They are tools for rewiring your belief system, and they must be combined with visualization. Seeing, in your mind, the life you want as if it already exists. This is a practice you must do daily. Morning and night, look at your written goal and speak it aloud with emotion. Close your eyes and see yourself living it. Driving that car, running that business, helping those people, making that money, feeling that peace. The more real it becomes in your imagination, the more your subconscious begins to accept it as truth. And once that happens, your mind will begin to act in harmony with that belief. Hill is clear. Faith is essential. Without it, no plan will hold, no effort will last, no dream will live. But with it, even the impossible becomes possible. So, here's your challenge. What do you need to believe about yourself right now? What lie have you been telling yourself that needs to be replaced with truth? Start today. Write your goal. Craft a powerful affirmation. Say it every day. Visualize your future. Inject emotion into your vision. Refuse to entertain doubt. Because when you believe it, truly believe it, you'll begin to see it. And when you see it, you'll start to live it. That's the power of faith. Chapter 3. Autosuggestion. Programming the mind. If desire is the spark, and faith is the fuel, then autosuggestion is the engine that keeps your mind running in the right direction. Napoleon Hill calls it the medium for influencing the subconscious mind. And in simple terms, it's the process of feeding your mind specific instructions, deliberately, consistently, and emotionally, until they become part of who you are. Autosuggestion is the way you take your conscious desires and plant them into your subconscious, where they begin to grow and shape your thoughts, habits, and decisions without you even realizing it. It's the bridge between what you want and how you act. Hill believed that whatever dominates your mind will eventually show up in your life. And what dominates your mind is not what you think once in a while, it's what you repeat to yourself every single day. Let's be clear. You are already using autosuggestion every day. The problem is, most people use it against themselves. Every time you say, "I'm not good at this," "I can't catch a break," "People like me never succeed," or "I'll never make enough money," you're reinforcing beliefs that build your reality. Your subconscious doesn't filter or argue. It simply absorbs and acts on repeated thoughts. So the real question is, are you programming your mind by design or by default? Napoleon Hill urges us to take control of this process by creating and using a personalized autosuggestion formula. Here's how it works, step by step. 1. Define your chief aim. Be specific. Don't just say, "I want to be rich." Say, "I will earn $100,000 per year by December 31st, 2025 through my graphic design business." 2. Decide what you will give in return. Success is never free. State clearly what service, product, or value you will deliver in exchange for what you desire. 3. Create a detailed statement. Combine your goal and what you will give in return into a single written affirmation. 4. Repeat your statement aloud, twice a day, once in the morning and once before bed. Say it with feeling. Look at yourself in the mirror. Picture yourself already living that reality. 5. Visualize your success. Don't just say the words, See the images in your mind. Feel the emotion of achieving your goal. Make it real in your imagination. Hill insists that repetition is the key. Why? Because that's how the brain learns. Every time you repeat a thought, you strengthen a neural pathway in your mind. It's like walking a path through tall grass. The first time is hard, but if you walk it every day, the path becomes clearer. Eventually, it becomes the default route your brain takes. This isn't just motivational theory, it's backed by neuroscience. Studies in brain plasticity show that repeated thoughts literally rewire the brain. Your mind changes its structure based on what you consistently think about. Just like lifting weights builds muscles, repeating empowering thoughts builds mental strength and belief. Think of autosuggestion like training a muscle. If you go to the gym once and lift a dumbbell, nothing happens. But if you lift that weight every day, your muscles grow. The same applies to your mind. If you want confidence, discipline, focus, or success, you have to build those thoughts into your system through daily mental reps. Let's take a real-life example. Athletes. Top performers in sports don't just train their bodies, they train their minds. Many of them use visualization and affirmations as part of their daily routines. Muhammad Ali famously said, "I am the greatest," long before the world agreed with him. He repeated it until it became true. Why? Because he programmed it into his subconscious. The same technique is used by entrepreneurs, performers, and even military personnel. They understand that the battle is often won in the mind before it's won in the world. And they use autosuggestion to make sure their mind is on the right side. You can do the same. And you must, if you want to master yourself and create success. Every morning, before you scroll your phone or check your email, speak your goal out loud. Feel it. Visualize it. Imagine how it feels to already have it. Do the same thing at night. When your mind is calm and open, these thoughts will sink deeper and begin shaping your self-image. And yes, it will feel awkward at first. Your brain will resist. Doubt will whisper, "This isn't working." But stay with it. Just like physical training, mental training takes time. You won't see results overnight. But if you persist, you'll feel the shift. More focus, more belief, more action, and ultimately, more results. Hill warns that neglecting autosuggestion is one of the greatest mistakes people make. They get inspired, they set a goal, but they fail to program it into their mind. Without that daily input, the world's noise creeps in. Fear, doubt, distraction, they all return. Autosuggestion is how you fight back. So here's your challenge. Starting today, create your own autosuggestion statement. Write it down. Read it morning and night. Visualize your success. Feel it. Speak it like it's already yours. Build that mental muscle every single day. Because when your subconscious mind believes something, your entire life begins to rearrange itself to make it real. That's the power of autosuggestion. It's how ordinary people become extraordinary. Not by chance, but by choice. Chapter 4. Specialized Knowledge, Not Just Education. In this chapter, Napoleon Hill makes a bold and refreshing statement. General education alone will not lead to success. You can have a university degree, memorize countless facts, and still struggle in life. Why? Because success doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from knowing something valuable and using it well. That's the power of specialized knowledge. Hill draws a clear line between general knowledge and specialized knowledge. General knowledge is wide but shallow. It covers many areas, history, science, literature, but rarely digs deep into anything useful. Specialized knowledge, on the other hand, is targeted, practical, and applicable. It helps you solve problems, add value, and serve others in a specific way. And that's what the marketplace rewards. Take a look around. The most successful people aren't always those with the most degrees hanging on their walls. They're the ones who know how to do something well, something that others need. And they've developed that skill with purpose. Hill even goes as far as saying, "Successful men, in all callings, never stop acquiring specialized knowledge." In other words, learning doesn't stop after school. It begins when you decide to grow. One powerful example Hill gives is the legendary Henry Ford. Critics once accused Ford of being uneducated and ignorant, claiming he lacked formal schooling. But Ford shut them down with a single response. He said that any time he needed specific knowledge, he could press a button on his desk and summon any expert he needed: engineers, accountants, chemists, or lawyers. Ford understood that he didn't need to know everything himself. He needed access to the right knowledge, and he built a team that brought it to him. This principle flips the script on what many people are taught. We've been raised to believe that a diploma guarantees success, but Hill argues that it's not education alone that makes a person wealthy or powerful. It's the right kind of education. It's learning something that solves a real problem, something useful, something unique, and most importantly, something that you can leverage to serve others and build wealth. Here's where this becomes life-changing. You don't need to go back to school to gain specialized knowledge. You can start with your own life experiences. What have you overcome? What do people often come to you for advice about? What skills have you developed through your job, your hobbies, or your struggles? These are seeds of specialized knowledge. And once you identify them, you can grow them into your path to success. Hill encourages us to keep upgrading our knowledge continuously. In today's fast-moving world, skills become outdated quickly. If you don't stay sharp, you fall behind. But if you commit to lifelong learning through books, courses, mentors, practice, you become more valuable with each passing year. You don't have to know everything, but you must commit to mastering your craft. So here's your action step. Identify your core skill. What's something you can do better than most people? Now ask yourself, how can you deepen that knowledge? What course can you take? What book can you read? What mentor can you approach? Set a goal to invest in learning that builds on your strengths. And don't stop there. Keep asking, how can I serve others with this knowledge? Because in the end, specialized knowledge is the bridge between your potential and your prosperity. It's not about how much you know, it's about how useful you are. When you focus your learning, sharpen your skills, and use them to solve real problems, success becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Chapter 5. Imagination, the workshop of the mind. If desire is the engine that drives success, and knowledge is the fuel, then imagination is the workshop where your dreams take form. Napoleon Hill describes imagination as the most marvelous, miraculous, and powerful force the mind possesses. It's the ability to form mental pictures, to dream beyond limits, and to create something out of nothing. It's where all plans, innovations, and fortunes begin. Hill identifies two types of imagination: synthetic and creative. Both play a vital role in success. Synthetic imagination involves rearranging old concepts, ideas, or plans into new combinations. It doesn't create anything new, but it connects the dots in new ways. This is what most entrepreneurs use to improve existing products or services. For example, Henry Ford didn't invent the automobile. He improved it by combining existing ideas into a new system, the assembly line. It was through synthetic imagination that he made cars affordable and revolutionized transportation. Creative imagination, on the other hand, is the source of original ideas, inspirations, and innovations. It's what artists, inventors, and pioneers tap into when they create something the world has never seen. Hill says that creative imagination is the link between your conscious mind and infinite intelligence, a kind of spiritual connection to ideas that seem to come out of nowhere. Think of great entrepreneurs. Walt Disney imagined a magical kingdom from a sketch of a mouse. Steve Jobs imagined a world where a computer could fit into your hand, and now billions of people carry smartphones. Oprah Winfrey imagined a media empire that empowered people, starting from a background of poverty and abuse. These people didn't wait for permission. They imagined something greater, and then made it real. So how do you develop and strengthen your own imagination? One of the most effective techniques is to ask yourself what-if questions. What if you could solve a major problem in your community? What if you could turn your passion into a business? What if the thing you've always wanted already exists? How would you describe it? These questions stretch your thinking and unlock new possibilities. They push you beyond the boundaries of logic and into the realm of potential. Hill also suggests keeping your imagination active by feeding it with new information, diverse experiences, and moments of silence. Sometimes, your most powerful ideas will appear when you're walking, resting, or daydreaming. The key is to stay open and receptive. Carry a notebook. Write down every idea, no matter how ridiculous it may seem. Because, as Hill reminds us, every great invention started as a silly idea. Imagination is not just for dreamers, it's for doers. The people who succeed in life are the ones who dare to imagine more than what exists. They don't let logic limit them. They understand that the world is built by people no smarter than them. People who had the courage to believe their vision before others could see it. So here's your call to action. Spend a few minutes every day in imaginative thinking. Ask, what if? Imagine your ideal life. Imagine the solution to a problem. Imagine yourself succeeding in a way that scares and excites you. Write your ideas down, revisit them, and don't dismiss them. What starts as a tiny spark of thought could one day light the fire of a global movement, a thriving business, or a powerful legacy. Because in the end, imagination is the first step toward creation. It is the workshop of the mind, where riches, innovations, and world-changing ideas are born. And the best part? Everyone has access to it, including you. Chapter 6. Organized Planning. The crystallization of desire into action. Desire is the spark, faith is the fuel, imagination is the blueprint. But without a plan, even the strongest dreams fade into frustration. In this chapter, Napoleon Hill introduces a powerful truth. Dreams must be crystallized into actionable steps if they're ever to become reality. Organized planning is how we move from wishing to working, from hoping to achieving. Many people have ambition. They say they want to be successful, wealthy, or free, but they never get beyond vague intentions. Why? Hill is blunt. Most people fail not because they lack desire, but because they lack planning. In the real world, effort without direction is like a ship without a rudder, floating, drifting, lost. Organized planning is the process of creating a clear, structured roadmap for how you will achieve your goals. This means turning big dreams into specific steps. For example, let's say your desire is to become financially independent. That's a great vision. But what's the strategy? Will you build a business? Invest? Learn a trade? You must decide. You must write it down. You must act. Hill emphasizes that no plan is perfect, and most initial plans will fail. That's normal. He says, Temporary defeat should mean only one thing: the certain knowledge that there is something wrong with your plan. It's not a sign to give up. It's a signal to revise, refine, and improve. Failure is not a dead end. It's feedback. The most successful people are those who keep adjusting until they find a plan that works. To build a strong plan, Hill recommends 5 essential keys. 1. Be practical and precise. Your plan must be realistic and broken down into clear, actionable steps. Vague ideas like "make money" or "start a business" won't cut it. What will you do today? What about next week? Your strategy should include timelines, targets, and measurable goals. Be specific. Success loves clarity. 2. Stay flexible. Rigidity kills progress. If something isn't working, don't cling to it out of pride. Adapt. Try new approaches. The goal remains, but the path can evolve. Flexibility isn't weakness, it's wisdom. 3. Get accountable. Share your plan with someone you trust. This could be a mentor, coach, or accountability partner. When you know someone's watching and expecting progress, you move with more urgency and discipline. 4. Persist through setbacks. Your plan will face resistance. Life will throw curveballs. Most people give up at the first sign of trouble. Don't be one of them. Remember Hill's words. No follower of this philosophy can reasonably expect to accumulate a fortune without experiencing temporary defeat. Embrace the struggle. It means you're growing. 5. Build a mastermind group. You don't have to plan or work alone. One of the most powerful ideas in this chapter is the mastermind, a group of like-minded individuals who support and challenge each other. Your mastermind could include business partners, friends, mentors, or experts. Hill believed that when 2 or more minds come together in harmony, they create a third mind, a collective intelligence greater than the sum of its parts. This is where breakthrough ideas are born, and accountability is reinforced. Let's look at a real-world example. Consider Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He had a clear goal, and he adjusted his approach every time it didn't work. His persistence, his planning, and his network of collaborators, his mastermind, helped him succeed where others quit. Or think of entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, who didn't just dream about electric cars or space travel. He created business plans, attracted talent, revised strategies, and kept going even when others mocked or doubted him. That's the power of organized planning in action. So here's your challenge. What's your plan? Write it down. Break it into daily and weekly goals. Decide who will hold you accountable. Be willing to adjust and surround yourself with people who believe in your vision. Because once desire is backed by a strong, evolving plan, you become unstoppable. As Hill reminds us, a quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. Your plan may not be perfect, but if it's backed by desire, fueled by faith, and guided by daily action, it will take you further than raw passion ever could. Success is not random. It's the result of desire made practical through organized planning. Chapter 7. Decision. The Mastery of Procrastination. In Napoleon Hill's study of over 500 of the most successful people of his time, one pattern stood out with striking clarity. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. In contrast, unsuccessful people often do the opposite. They are slow to decide and quick to change, if they decide at all. This one habit, the ability to decide with confidence and clarity, often marks the difference between a life of achievement and one of regret. Hill is uncompromising on this point. Indecision is the twin brother of fear, and together They are the assassins of dreams. Every time you hesitate, delay, or defer a decision you know you should make, you're allowing fear to tighten its grip on your potential. Indecision breeds self-doubt, second-guessing, and ultimately, procrastination, the silent killer of progress. This doesn't mean successful people never make mistakes. It means they commit, they move forward, they take action, they learn as they go. When Henry Ford made the decision to build the Model T, he was unwavering in his commitment, even when experts told him it couldn't be done. His engineers kept saying that producing a durable, affordable car for the masses was impossible with the available technology. Ford's reply was simple and relentless: keep working on it. That stubborn commitment eventually revolutionized the world. The point here isn't to be reckless. It's to avoid paralysis by analysis. So many people wait for the perfect time, the perfect information, or the perfect plan. That moment never comes. In the meantime, life passes by and opportunities evaporate. Success rewards action, not perfection. One of the simplest and most powerful challenges you can give yourself today is this: make one bold decision and follow through. Maybe it's starting that side hustle you've been dreaming about. Maybe it's quitting a bad habit, or finally applying for that opportunity. Maybe it's calling someone who can help you grow, or cutting off toxic influences in your life. Whatever it is, decide. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Decide and move. As Hill puts it, those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want, and generally get it. To strengthen your decision-making muscle, begin with small daily choices. Choose your priorities for the day. Choose how you'll respond to stress. Choose who you will be, regardless of your feelings. Every decisive action rewires your mind for confidence and control. Over time, you'll build the internal authority to make life-shaping decisions with clarity and strength. Also, be cautious of the subtle trap of asking too many people for advice. Hill warns that opinions are the cheapest commodity on earth. The more people you consult, the more confused you may become, especially if they haven't achieved what you want. Be selective. Seek counsel from those who've walked the path, not just those who talk about it. In the end, life belongs to the bold. The universe does not favor the hesitant. Every great achievement began with a bold decision, often made in the face of fear, uncertainty, or opposition. Your destiny is not shaped by what you think, feel, or hope. It's shaped by the decisions you act upon. So today, decide to act. Decide to commit. Decide to move forward, even if the road ahead is unclear. Because when you master the habit of decisive action, you reclaim your power. You stop reacting to life and start shaping it. And that is the first true sign of greatness. Chapter 8. Persistence, the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. Persistence is the secret ingredient that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Napoleon Hill calls it the sustained effort necessary to induce faith and turn desire into reality. Without persistence, the most brilliant ideas and strongest desires will wither away under pressure, setbacks, or discouragement. Hill identifies 4 essential steps to building persistence. 1. Definite purpose. You must have a crystal-clear goal, something you care about deeply and refuse to give up on. When your purpose is definite, your mind channels all energy toward it, making it easier to push through obstacles. 2. Burning desire. Desire is the fuel that ignites persistence. It's not a fleeting wish, but a burning obsession that keeps you moving forward even when the road gets tough. Without burning desire, persistence fades quickly. 3. Self-reliance. Belief in yourself and your ability to achieve is crucial. When you rely on others' opinions or wait for permission, your persistence becomes weak and inconsistent. True persistence requires confidence in your own power. Fourth, organized plans. Persistence works hand in hand with planning. Without a plan to guide your efforts, persistence can become aimless stubbornness. Organize your actions, revise your plan as needed, and keep going. Hill's study of successful people shows that almost everyone who succeeds experiences failure, sometimes many times over. But what sets them apart is the refusal to quit. Take the story of Colonel Harlan Sanders, founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. He faced countless rejections. Some restaurants laughed at his chicken recipe. Yet he persisted for years, traveling across the country to sell his idea, until he finally found success in his 60s. Today, KFC is a global brand, all because of relentless persistence. Hill captures this spirit perfectly. Victory is always possible for the person who refuses to stop fighting. This is not just motivation. It's a blueprint for success. So how do you build your own persistence plan? Here are some practical tips. Create a clear why for your goals. Write down why your purpose matters to you personally. Revisit this often when motivation wanes. Develop daily habits that reinforce persistence. Small, consistent actions add up. Even 15 minutes of work on your goal each day can build momentum. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage your persistence. Avoid those who plant doubt or discourage your efforts. Visualize your success regularly. Imagine the moment you achieve your goal and how it feels. This mental rehearsal strengthens your resolve. Prepare for setbacks. Expect challenges and decide ahead of time how you will respond. Resilience is part of persistence. Use affirmations to reprogram your mind. Statements like, "I will never quit," or "I am unstoppable," build mental toughness. Remember, persistence is not about stubbornly banging your head against a wall. It's about steadfast, intelligent, and patient effort toward your definite purpose. When you combine desire with persistence, you create unstoppable momentum that breaks through obstacles and builds unshakable faith. The great achievers in history all share this one trait. They refused to give up. When failure came, they saw lessons. When others quit, they doubled down. Your greatest victories are waiting just beyond the moments you want to quit. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Keep moving forward. Because in the words of Napoleon Hill, persistence is the bridge between desire and its realization. Without it, success remains just a dream. With it, success becomes your destiny. Chapter 9. The Mastermind, the driving force of success. No one achieves greatness alone. Napoleon Hill's research revealed that behind every extraordinary success is a powerful network of minds working in harmony, a mastermind. This principle emphasizes the incredible force that comes from surrounding yourself with like-minded, goal-driven individuals who push each other forward. Think of your mind like a single battery. Alone, it has limited energy and power. But when connected to other batteries in a network, the combined energy multiplies exponentially. This is exactly how a mastermind works. It's a collective intelligence and energy far greater than what any one person could generate alone. Hill observed that every major movement, breakthrough, or empire had a mastermind group behind it. For example, Thomas Edison didn't invent alone. He worked closely with a team of engineers and thinkers who challenged his ideas, provided support, and helped turn his vision into reality. Similarly, great leaders, inventors, and entrepreneurs have always relied on trusted advisors and collaborators to sharpen their thinking and fuel their drive. The mastermind provides more than just knowledge. It offers emotional support, accountability, and new perspectives. When you share your goals and challenges with a group that truly believes in your success, you're more motivated to act and less likely to give up when obstacles arise. Creating your own mastermind circle is simple but powerful. Start by identifying people who share your values, ambition, and commitment to growth. This could be friends, colleagues, mentors, or even online communities. Meet regularly, whether weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, to share progress, brainstorm solutions, and encourage one another. The benefits go beyond business or financial goals. A mastermind can elevate every area of your life by surrounding you with energy that fuels confidence, creativity, and persistence. So, here's your call to action. Don't go it alone. Build your mastermind. Connect with those who lift you higher. Harness the unstoppable power of collective effort. Because success isn't a solo journey. It's a team sport. And with the right team behind you, there's nothing you can't achieve. Chapter 10. The Mystery of Sex Transmutation. One of the most intriguing and misunderstood principles in Think and Grow Rich is the concept of sex transmutation. At first glance, it might sound mysterious or even confusing, but its core idea is surprisingly practical and powerful. It's about redirecting one of the strongest human emotions, sexual energy, into creative and productive outlets. Napoleon Hill describes sexual energy as one of the most potent forces within us. It is raw, powerful, and deeply linked to life, vitality, and passion. When harnessed and transmuted, this energy becomes fuel for incredible focus, creativity, and drive. Instead of dissipating this powerful force purely as physical desire, the principle teaches us to channel it into our ambitions and goals. Throughout history, many great artists, athletes, and leaders have unknowingly practiced sex transmutation. They convert their passionate energy into extraordinary achievements. Think of the intensity in the brushstrokes of a master painter, the relentless drive of a champion athlete, or the magnetic charisma of a visionary leader. Much of that fire comes from harnessing this deep source of energy and focus. Why is this so important? Because energy management is the hidden key behind success. Your ability to direct your internal forces, passion, focus, creativity, determines the quality and quantity of your output. Sexual energy is not just about desire. It is a primal creative force that, when properly directed, feeds ambition and innovation. Hill provides practical guidance on how to harness this energy, convert emotional energy into mental energy. When you feel passion rising, consciously shift your focus from physical expression to mental or creative tasks. Cultivate habits that channel energy constructively. Activities like exercise, creative work, or problem-solving can serve as outlets. Practice self-discipline. Avoid distractions that drain energy without return. Instead, invest it in building skills, planning, and taking purposeful action. Visualize success vividly. Use the intensity of sexual energy to fuel your imagination, bringing your goals to life with passion and clarity. Sex transmutation is essentially about mastering your inner forces to transform raw emotion into lasting achievement. It's a skill, a mindset, and a vital secret that elevates ordinary people into legends. By understanding and applying this principle, you tap into a wellspring of energy that can propel your creativity, determination, and ultimately, your success. Harness this power, and you'll find your work infused with a new level of passion and effectiveness that few ever reach. Chapter 11. The Subconscious Mind. Connecting to Infinite Intelligence. The subconscious mind is one of the most powerful yet often misunderstood forces within us. Napoleon Hill calls it the connecting link between the conscious mind, infinite intelligence, and the forces that shape our reality. Unlike the conscious mind, which works only when you actively think, the subconscious never sleeps. It constantly absorbs, processes, and influences your emotions, habits, and decisions, often without your awareness. Your subconscious acts as your spiritual and emotional command center. It stores your beliefs, memories, and deeply ingrained patterns, shaping your worldview and behaviors. What you feed into it, whether positive or negative, becomes its foundation for action. If you repeatedly feed it fear, doubt, or failure, your subconscious will reflect those back in your life. But if you feed it faith, confidence, and clear goals, it will begin to work toward manifesting those. Hill teaches us how to consciously use affirmations, emotions, and visualization as tools to plant seeds of greatness in the subconscious. When you combine a strong emotional charge with clear affirmations and vivid mental images of your goals, your subconscious is compelled to work toward turning those images into reality. Here's a simple yet powerful night ritual to program your subconscious. 1. Before sleep, calm your mind and body. Find a quiet place and take deep breaths. 2. Repeat your written affirmations slowly and clearly. Let each word sink deep into your mind. 3. Visualize your goal as already achieved. Feel the emotions of success: joy, pride, gratitude. 4. Trust that your subconscious will work on your behalf as you rest. Doing this consistently rewires your subconscious to align with your desires and encourages creative solutions, opportunities, and inspired actions. Your subconscious is like fertile soil. What you plant in it grows. By feeding it with positive, purposeful thoughts and emotions, you create an environment where success naturally sprouts. Master this connection, and you tap into infinite intelligence, a force beyond yourself that guides your journey toward achievement. Remember, your subconscious mind never takes a break. Make sure what you feed it is worthy of your dreams. Chapter 12. The Brain, a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich introduces a concept that was far ahead of its time. The brain is not just an organ that processes thoughts. It is a powerful broadcasting and receiving station for thought vibrations. Long before the discoveries of modern neuroscience and quantum physics, Hill proposed that every thought you have emits an invisible energy wave or vibration. These vibrations don't just vanish into the void. They interact with the world around you, other minds, and a universal intelligence that Hill refers to as infinite intelligence. This principle fundamentally changes how we think about our minds and our connection to the world. Your thoughts are not isolated. They create ripples and waves that can attract like thoughts, influence others, and even bring about tangible changes in your life circumstances. This is why Hill places enormous importance on controlling your thoughts. They literally set the stage for your reality. Hill's idea aligns closely with the mastermind principle. When a group of people with shared goals comes together, their combined thought vibrations create a powerful collective frequency. This collective mental energy strengthens their ability to receive inspiration, ideas, and solutions. The mastermind group acts like a powerful transmitter and receiver, amplifying each individual's potential far beyond what they could achieve alone. But this broadcasting and receiving capability isn't just about groups. It happens at the individual level, too. Many famous inventors, artists, and entrepreneurs have described moments of sudden insight, inspiration, or eureka moments where ideas seemingly come from nowhere. Hill suggests that these moments occur when the brain is tuned into the right frequency, receiving ideas from infinite intelligence or the collective subconscious. Think about Thomas Edison, who often credited flashes of inspiration to unconscious mental work, or Nikola Tesla, who described receiving visions and ideas seemingly transmitted from a source beyond himself. These experiences are examples of the brain's natural capacity to act as a receiver of creative impulses. How do you cultivate this power within your own mind? Hill gives practical advice. 1. Quiet the noise. Your brain is bombarded by millions of thoughts every day, many random, negative, or distracting. To tune into the deeper frequency of inspiration, you need to clear this mental clutter. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and focused thinking help calm the mind and create space for new ideas to emerge. 2. Focus your thoughts. Clear, definite thoughts broadcast stronger signals. If you have a clear goal or desire, your brain can send out precise vibrations that attract corresponding ideas and opportunities. Vague or scattered thoughts produce weak signals and minimal results. 3. Stay receptive and open. Being open to new ideas means paying attention to hunches, dreams, and sudden insights. These moments are often your brain picking up on subtle signals from the wider mental network. 4. Use the power of visualization and affirmation. Visualizing your goals and affirming your intentions amplify the strength of your thought vibrations. When you vividly imagine success and emotionally engage with that vision, your brain broadcasts a powerful frequency that resonates with the universe. Hill's theory is supported today by research into brain waves, neural networks, and even quantum theory. Scientists now know that our thoughts create measurable electromagnetic waves and that human brains can synchronize during social interactions, supporting the idea of mental broadcasting and receiving. Understanding your brain as a broadcasting and receiving station encourages you to take responsibility for your mental environment. It pushes you to cultivate positive, focused, and constructive thoughts, because what you send out comes back in some form. The brain's role in success goes beyond raw intelligence or knowledge. It is the key instrument through which you connect to ideas, people, and the infinite intelligence that shapes reality. By mastering your mental broadcasts, calming your mind, focusing your desires, and tuning in to inspiration, you unlock a hidden dimension of power that can guide you to your highest achievements. Remember, success is as much about mental connection and vibrational alignment as it is about action and effort. The brain is your gateway to this unseen world. Master it, and you master the art of receiving and creating your destiny. Chapter 13. The Sixth Sense. The Door to the Temple of Wisdom. Napoleon Hill's final principle in Think and Grow Rich is perhaps the most mysterious and profound: the sixth sense, an intangible faculty that transcends the ordinary five senses. This unknown sense is the door to the Temple of Wisdom, offering insight, guidance, and inspiration that cannot be explained by logic or reason alone. The sixth sense is often described as intuition, gut feeling, or an inner voice. It's that sudden knowing or flash of insight that seems to come from nowhere but feels undeniably real. Hill explains that this faculty only becomes fully active when all the other 12 principles — desire, faith, autosuggestion, specialized knowledge, imagination, planning, decision, persistence, the mastermind, sex transmutation, the subconscious mind, and the brain's broadcasting ability — are aligned and working together harmoniously. When your mind is clear, focused, and in harmony, the sixth sense kicks in. It is often experienced during moments of silence, deep meditation, or creative flow, times when the chatter of the conscious mind quiets, allowing the deeper wisdom to emerge. This sense guides you toward decisions and actions that may not be immediately logical, but prove crucial for your success and growth. Hill shares the story of his invisible counselors, a metaphor for the trusted guidance and ideas that came to him seemingly from an unseen source during his many years researching success. These counselors represent the sixth sense at work, providing solutions and direction when Hill was stuck or uncertain. To develop and strengthen your sixth sense, Hill emphasizes the importance of daily solitude and reflection. Creating quiet moments away from distractions allows you to listen to your inner voice and recognize the subtle signals of intuition. This practice sharpens your ability to discern between fleeting thoughts and meaningful guidance. In practical terms, here are ways to cultivate the sixth sense. Meditate regularly. Even a few minutes a day of focused breathing and mindfulness can open channels to deeper insight. Journal your thoughts and ideas. Writing can help capture intuitive flashes before they fade. Pay attention to your gut feelings. Notice patterns when a strong intuition has led you right in the past. Trust your instincts. The more you act on your inner guidance, the stronger and clearer it becomes. The sixth sense is the ultimate tool that elevates your journey from mere knowledge and effort to inspired mastery. It connects you to a higher level of consciousness and infinite wisdom, empowering you to make decisions that lead to extraordinary success. In summary, this final principle reminds us that beyond science and logic lies a deeper well of knowledge accessible through quiet reflection and alignment of all the success principles. When you learn to trust and listen to your sixth sense, you open the door to possibilities that were once unimaginable, turning your goals into reality with the guidance of unseen forces. Bonus Chapter: The Six Ghosts of Fear. Clearing the Mental Blocks to Wealth. Fear is one of the most powerful barriers between you and success. Napoleon Hill calls fear the six ghosts because it takes many forms, each one capable of paralyzing your mind, sapping your courage, and stopping you from moving forward. Understanding and overcoming these fears is essential to unlocking your true potential and building lasting wealth. Hill identifies six primary fears that haunt the mind. 1. Fear of poverty. The dread of losing money or never having enough keeps many people trapped in scarcity thinking. This fear causes hesitation and limits bold action. 2. Fear of criticism. Worrying about what others think prevents you from taking risks or following your unique path. 3. Fear of ill health. Anxiety about sickness or bodily harm can create a negative mindset that drains your energy. 4. Fear of loss of love. The fear of rejection or losing relationships can influence decisions that prioritize safety over growth. 5. Fear of old age. Worrying about aging and its limitations can cause despair and procrastination. 6. Fear of death. The ultimate fear, which can lead to an avoidance of truly living or taking meaningful risks. These fears short-circuit your brain's ability to think clearly and act decisively. They feed doubt and uncertainty, stalling progress before it begins. Hill calls them ghosts because they often lurk in the subconscious, silently influencing behavior without you even realizing it. The first step to conquering these fears is awareness. Begin by identifying which of these fears affect you most. Pay close attention to moments when hesitation, anxiety, or self-doubt arise. Journaling your thoughts can help reveal hidden fears. Writing down your worries brings them into the light, where they lose their power. Once identified, you must consciously replace fear with confidence. This involves deliberate self-talk and affirmation. Instead of telling yourself, "I can't do this," say, "I have the strength and ability to succeed." Repeating positive affirmations rewires your subconscious, gradually erasing fear-based thought patterns. Action is another critical tool in defeating fear. Fear thrives in inactivity. Taking small but consistent steps toward your goals builds momentum and weakens fear's grip. Each step forward proves to your mind that success is possible, building courage with every win. Hill also emphasizes surrounding yourself with supportive people who encourage your growth rather than feeding your fears. The right mastermind group or mentor can help you face fears with a stronger mindset and fresh perspective. In essence, the 6 ghosts of fear are mental blocks that must be confronted and overcome to achieve true wealth and success. By becoming aware of these fears, challenging their validity, and replacing them with confidence through positive habits and action, you free yourself from their paralyzing grip. Remember, fear is natural, but it doesn't have to control your life. When you master your fears, you open the door to unlimited possibilities and true financial freedom. Final takeaway and action plan. From thinking to growing rich. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich is not just a book about money. It's a blueprint for transforming your entire life. At its core are 13 timeless principles that have empowered millions to break free from limitations, unlock their potential, and create lasting success. Let's quickly recap these principles before diving into your personalized action plan. 1. Desire. The burning obsession that fuels all achievement. 2. Faith. Believing in the attainment of your goals, even before they appear. 3. Autosuggestion. Programming your subconscious mind with positive affirmations. 4. Specialized knowledge. Acquiring focused expertise, not just general information. 5. Imagination. Creating new possibilities by combining ideas creatively. 6. Organized planning. Turning your desire into clear, actionable steps. 7. Decision. Mastering procrastination by making decisions quickly and sticking to them. 8. Persistence. The sustained effort that converts plans into reality. 9. The mastermind. Leveraging the power of a supportive network of like-minded people. 10. Sex transmutation. Redirecting powerful emotional energy into creative and productive outlets. 11. The subconscious mind. Your emotional and spiritual command center that works 24/7. 12. The brain. Acting as a broadcasting and receiving station for thoughts and ideas. 13. The sixth sense. The intuitive faculty that guides you toward extraordinary wisdom. Now, the most important truth to understand is this. Everything begins in your mind. Your thoughts are the seeds of your destiny. Change your thinking, and you change your life. Your action plan to think and grow rich starts today. 1. Write your major goal. Begin by clearly defining what you want. Not vague wishes, but a specific, measurable goal that ignites your passion. Write it down in detail, including the deadline for achievement. This concrete desire will serve as your compass. 2. Create a plan. Desire alone is not enough. Without a plan, dreams remain dreams. Develop a step-by-step plan on how to reach your goal. Outline the resources, skills, and people you need. Be ready to adjust as you learn from experience, but commit to the plan with persistence. 3. Develop faith through affirmation. Belief is the magic ingredient that activates your potential. Use daily affirmations and visualization to implant unwavering faith in your subconscious. Repeat your goal statement morning and night, imagining yourself already living the success you desire. 4. Build persistence. Success rarely happens overnight. It demands persistence, continuing to move forward despite obstacles and setbacks. Make persistence a habit by setting routines, reminding yourself why your goal matters, and refusing to quit. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. 5. Surround yourself with winners. Your environment shapes your mindset. Seek out mentors, peers, and mastermind groups who inspire and challenge you. Positive, goal-oriented people will lift you higher and hold you accountable. Avoid negativity. It drains your energy and clouds your vision. The world doesn't reward those who merely wish or dream. It rewards those who act with purpose, persistence, and passion. Today, take the first bold step toward your goal. Write it down. Tell someone about it. Start learning the skills you need. Act even if the path isn't perfectly clear. Remember this powerful warning from Hill. The richest place in the world is the graveyard. Too many people die with their dreams locked inside their minds, never taking the chance to bring them to life. Don't be one of them. Your dreams deserve to live. Your potential deserves to be realized. This is your moment to turn thinking into action, ideas into wealth, and dreams into reality. The 13 principles are not just words, they are a formula for your success. Apply them consistently, and your life will never be the same. Start today. Grow rich not just in money, but in confidence, wisdom, and fulfillment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. See you in our next video.